Shot. This is the easiest I've ever to answer.
I'm going to say beer. I can't even begin to describe.
I'm actually going to go crazy. I'm going to buy everybody around on this one. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Big Apple Hockey's Bar Talk, where we are gauging our confidence on NHL topics based on our choice of drink. Are you so confident that you're buying everybody around? So I'll just take a beer. Oh, my God. I need a shot. There's no. And by the way, as always, click the link down below. Go to Drizly and bring the liquor store to you. Why even go out? Just have somebody else bring everything to you. Well, last Thursday, Gerard Gallant threw everything in a blender and redid all of his power play lines. Since then, 36.4% on the power play. The New York Rangers power play shakeup is working.
Beer. It's a very small sample size. They're still not converting a ton. It's better, but it's a very, very small sample size. So this is misleading. Yes, it's working a little bit because of the fact that they're not as abysmal as they've been, but I still don't trust these units. I mean, you took the number 2 power play goal scorer in the league off of your first unit so you could cater to Patrick Kane when the easy solution was just to tinker with that top unit and move some pieces around. I mean, this stuff just reminds me of like Dave Gettleman with the New York Giants, smartest man in the room syndrome. That's what it reminds me of. And it's the fixes are very easy. They're right in front of them. You don't really need to do a lot. You don't have to go outside of the box. It's not even outlandish, the things that you need to do to fix this power play. And yet he continues to just try to force the square peg into the round hole. And have they gotten a little better? Sure. But this isn't – I doubt this has any long-term success. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see.
Anthony, what do you think?
Like Phil said, it's a beer because it's a small sample size. Obviously, if they keep converting, over the next, couple of games, then, maybe it moves around. But you got to give it a little bit more time to say for sure if it's working and it's foolproof.
I'm going to just make it a clean sweep. It's a beer for me, too. The numbers say it is successful and it's working. I think they're 4th in the league in this last couple weeks or the last week with this new power play unit. But the eye test kind of doesn't say so, guys. I'm just they were completely ineffective versus Pittsburgh on the power play. And that's what the Rangers kind of hung their hat on last year. One of the best power plays in the league. But if they're going to actually use both units and use everybody that's on there, then I'm all for this because that's been one of my biggest criticisms of it the entire time. A guy that the Islanders would love to have on the power play is Mat Barzal. He's been out since February 18th. We talked about him a little bit in the A block, guys. But the Islanders only 27 goals since he's been out, and that was in the Boston game. That's 30th in the NHL in that time. Anthony, the Islanders need Mat Barzal back right now.
Matt Barzal back now to make. Honestly, this is a beer. The record shows the record without him is they're 6-3-1. So they're still winning games. Obviously, yeah, he would help and certainly solidify it. But I mean, if they keep playing the way they are, which I don't think, I don't see any reason why they can't. It's going to be good enough to bring them to the playoffs. He might not return to the end of it. So, I mean, if you would have worded this a little differently, then, obviously the answer could be different. But to me, this implies that they can't without him, which I don't think that's the case. I think they're in the driver's seat right now, and he's not even here. It's a beer. But, again, don't get me wrong. Adding him back to the mix is just going to make them that much of a better team. Put him back with Horvat, which before they got hurt, it looked like they had already developed chemistry. So it's going to be a good day when he's back. Hopefully he can start skating soon. I think it was speculated that, obviously not by anybody from the team because they don't say anything specific to injury, but that MCL sprain, which is usually 4 to 6 weeks, it'll be 5 weeks this Saturday since he got hurt. So hopefully he could start skating soon. But yeah, I'm going to welcome him back with open arms. But this particular answer is a beer.
And for anybody listening on audio, the actual way I worded it was Islanders need Mat Barzal back now to make the playoffs. So, and Anthony risking his life because as Lou's watching to divulge some information for us. Phil, what do you think?
Shot.
Yep.
A team that goes 6-3-1 in 10 games without arguably their best player. They don't need him back now. They just need him to get healthy, and they need to continue to play the way that they're playing, and that's it. I mean, this team has shown that they can win games without him. So, and they've got they've got points in 7 of the 10 games. So this is absolutely a shot.
I think you guys convinced me from the A block and even now that it should be a shot, and I'm going to go with it being a shot. And it's funny because I was on Twitter today and somebody posted a question with all the stats of Bo Villiers versus Bo Horvat, and plus saying the Islanders gave up Atu Ratu and Atu Ratu. I know Steven's watching. You would prefer if I pronounce his name right. And also a first round pick. And the question was, did the Islanders get fleeced? And one thing I said is Horvat is the player that they want, and Beauvillier was not producing anymore as an Islander. So going to what I was saying with this, before they started this run, you're going to really see the effect Bo Horvat has on this team. And Anthony, I think you're really seeing what Bo Horvat's doing. He's a calming influence in the room. He's great on faceoffs, good defensively. And he's a perfect New York Islander, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he is. He's not scoring at the same clip he did when he was in Vancouver, but I think that a lot was to be expected. The Islanders play a much different system, but Bo Horvat, regardless, has been phenomenal for the Islanders, just in all areas of the ice. What he brings in the faceoff circle, and he's been playing the PK. So yeah, he's been great. But getting Barzal back will help because then he'll have him on his wing. And again, as I mentioned, they had a lot of chemistry before Barzal went down. But one center that did just come back, JG Pageau, missed the last 12 games. He was back in the Islanders lineup last night, and he's really important too. I mean, he's their third line center. He's one of their better matchup centers, if not the best one they have, and he could chip in offensively. He scored a goal last night, so getting him back is also a huge win for the Islanders right now.
All right, let's move on to the next one, which is, hey, I think it was you, Phil, that brought this up during the trade deadline. Possibly one of the most under-the-radar winners in the trade deadline, Washington, for picking up Rasmus Sandin, who at the deadline, they got him 9 points, a goal, and 8 assists in the 5 games of being a Capital. Why can't I speak all of a sudden? Rasmus Sandin was the steal of the trade deadline, Mr. Filkowski.
Yeah, I'm gonna say around for this because you got a player that is going to be a part of your plans now and in the future, and for a team like Washington that's in a very weird situation where they're not bad enough to completely justify a scorched earth rebuild, and they're not good enough to make the playoffs right now either with all the injuries and everything else that's gone around this team with them. This is a real good pickup because he's going to be.
Like and subscribe to our channel. We have a lot of great hockey content and an entertaining interactive podcast. So check us out and our library of videos.
Your ideas are intriguing to me, and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter.